Gauteng Education opened its online school applications today for grade 1 and or grade 8 at a Gauteng school for the 2024 school year. The process closes at midnight on July 14th. Gauteng Education MEC Matome Chiloane joins us now. MEC, good evening to you and welcome to the program. I know that you are urging parents, caregivers and guardians to begin the process early. Why is it important that they do so?
Thank you. Good evening to you and good evening to your viewers. Firstly, it's to offer them an opportunity to select the preferred schools. Amongst the things that you don't get to do when you apply late is that you don't get to choose a school. You get to be told which school your child is being offered a space of. And also, secondly, you're also assisting us as a department to plan better, because then we'll know where are the high pressure areas, where do we need to increase classroom capacity, how do we improve the infrastructure in those areas so that we can be able to accommodate learners. So those are some of the things, but predominantly is to say they have an opportunity to also guide us in terms of where do they want their children to be placed at.
Well, let's take just a quick rear view perspective on what you're saying now around assisting the department to plan how they deploy their capacity and resources, but also in terms of where additional infrastructure is needed. How have you I'm losing my words here. How have you dealt with this question, let's say based on last year? Where are these? Have there been new infrastructure builds and more capacity building in the system?
Yes, of course, we have and we are currently building additional infrastructure, especially where we know the high pressure areas. And when earlier on, when I was looking at the system feedback, and the high pressures still remain the same. There's a greater demand for ex-Model C schools as opposed to township schools, and obviously that will be putting a lot of pressure on the system in those areas. But overall, what we've done, we've continued to roll out building additional classrooms, giving schools resources to build additional classrooms. We've continued to acquire mobiles where we need, and also we embarked on the process of building new schools. So we are doing all this particular multi-pronged approach to ensure that we increase the capacity.
All right.
But more importantly is the additional classroom capacity. We intend to, based on the report we'll be getting from the application process, we will know where do we need to put money quickly so that the schools can begin to build that additional classroom capacity so that learners, yeah.
If there's time, we'll come back to some of the specifics on that question, but there's so many practical questions that parents are asking. And this question around feeder zones, it comes up every year. I believe you have a resource to offer and you're encouraging the public to familiarize themselves with where the feeder zones are before they apply. So how do they access the information and essentially what is it going to tell them?
No, currently, within the system, when you plug in your home address, and then you go and open it, it gives you the schools that are within your feeder zone as according to home address. Automatically, the system puts them there so that you can know. So we've set up the system in a manner that it makes it easy for parents to know which are those schools. So when I encourage parents to go and select those schools, I'm saying that it's easier because that is the first point of reference where we begin to place. We look at the feeder zone of your home address, or if it's a work address, equally the same. The address that you would have inputted will show the schools that are within that particular address feeder zone, and then we'll be able to place your child there.
How do you vet? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead, MEC.
No, I'm saying the system does that for every parent, so they don't have to go and search for feeder zone. They just need to plug in the address, and then it will show you the schools that are available in that particular area.
How do you vet and verify those addresses? And we've been having extensive conversations about this and listening to some of the feedback, from the public. They can give an address and then still have their child placed, or their legal guardian sort of placed somewhere really far away from that address.
Yeah, that's a bit a complex question, because we need your municipal account. And if there's evidence of a municipal account that you are staying here, then it's something else. We take it as you are providing correct information. If you are renting, it's something else. We need your lease agreement and other documents that should form to demonstrate that you're actually renting and you're staying in this particular area. And also that lease agreement comes with the municipal account. That's what we need. So those are something else. That families live. Families are growing very big, and you might find that in one household you have quite a number of children there, and they're using one municipal account. So we will take that what you are giving to us as a form of evidence that you actually stay there.
But how does it complicate, how much does it complicate the system, or how endemic is, the problem of people putting in either the wrong addresses or not being able to verify the address that they live at because they're not paying for the utility? They may not even be in possession of a lease agreement if there's an informal arrangement around rental.
Then that will be considered as an incomplete application. If you can't provide any form of evidence that you stay there, it then becomes an incomplete application. And then we will embark on a different process as well to ensure that. But remember, ours as a department is a constitutional obligation that we are constitutionally obligated to ensure that every child is placed in an institution of learning. And that's where we premise our movement. We start from there, that we know that ideally those parents who would have completed the applications, obviously we will deal with those applications first. But post that one, those who have incomplete, it doesn't mean that we leave the children out. We will place those learners, but they will come post those who have completed the applications have received space first. And that's the dilemma. And that's why I would urge parents to really complete the process entirely, fully, so that we don't have those problems.
All right. Just before I let you go, and really quickly, MEC, because we're out of time, if there's a complaint or a challenge or an objection, where can parents or caregivers go?
We will have an appeal process, but for now, there is a toll-free number. You can go on our website, you'll find all the details, information that you need. There's a toll-free number, there's a WhatsApp line. All that is available for the parents to go and log in their complaint and concern or challenges within the system. But so far today, I can safely say we've processed over 191,000 applications seamlessly, and so far the system has been efficient. So we don't really anticipate any problem with the system itself. The next issue is the placement, and that's where we'll be dealing with them. With it post the closing date of the 14th of July.
MEC Matome Chiloane, thank you very much for talking to us.